Michael Owen's Premier League final day predictions including title race and relegation battle. Michael Owen has made his predictions for the final day of the Premier League season as Manchester City and Liverpool battle for the title and Leeds United and Burnley bid to avoid relegation. The English top flight is set for a tense finale as title rivals Man City and Liverpool go into the last round of fixtures separated by just 1 point. Victory for Manchester City against Aston Villa would see Pep Guardiola's side win their 4th title in 5 years, but a slip-up would open the door to Liverpool, providing they beat Wolves. Leeds United will join Watford and Norwich City in the Championship next season if they lose to Brentford, but a win or a draw will pull Burnley into the drop zone unless the Clarets pick up points against Newcastle United. The top 4 battle is technically still alive, but 5th-placed Arsenal need to beat Everton and hope North London rivals Tottenham lose to bottom-placed Norwich to sneak into 4th. Elsewhere, Manchester United and West Ham are in a battle for Europa League football. The Red Devils travel to Crystal Palace and the Hammers visit Brighton, while 3rd-placed Chelsea host Watford. With so much at stake at the top and bottom of the Premier League, it should be a fascinating final day, and former England striker and BetVictor ambassador Owen is on hand to give his predictions. I can't believe what's happened to Arsenal in recent weeks. 4th place has been in their hands for most of the season, so to let it slip this late in the season is hugely disappointing. The performance against Newcastle was shocking, there was no desire or energy whatsoever. You would have thought Newcastle were the team chasing the top 4. That was an unbelievable result for Everton on Thursday. I've said all season that the one thing that could save them was Goodison Park, and they delivered. It was a brilliant comeback, and Everton are now safe. I think we'll see a pretty even game here. Arsenal's morale can't be good. I think they'll win though. Arsenal 2-1 Everton. I know there were a couple of red cards, but I liked what I saw from Brentford at Goodison last week. It's never easy playing against a depleted side, but they kept the ball and utilized the space well. Eriksen in particularly dominated the second half. I've worried about Leeds for weeks, and it's all come down to this. The big worry for me for most of the year has been the lack of goals. They've always been a side which concedes a lot, so if they aren't scoring loads of goals, they're going to be in big trouble. Do Leeds have it in them to go to Brentford and keep a clean sheet? I have my doubts. Brentford 2-1 Leeds United. Brighton played well against Leeds last week, and it was a lovely finish from Danny Welbeck. This team is so well coached, and I think they could have finished even higher in the table. It's still been a brilliant season for the club. I thought West Ham played really well last week against City, with Jarrod Bowen again being the star. I've mentioned him a lot this season, he gets better and better. He's a very competent finisher, and he's always a threat. There's not going to be too much in this game, but I fancy West Ham to edge it. Brighton 0-1 West Ham. I thought Burnley deserved a point at Villa Park on Thursday. It might have been more, but it's a point closer to safety. I thought Newcastle's performance against Arsenal on Monday was a signal of intent for next season. The fans were typically brilliant, and the players' energy levels on the pitch matched it. In Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton, it looks like Newcastle have a very good midfield pairing moving forward. A point might just be enough for Burnley to stay up. With the fans behind them, I can see them getting it. Burnley 1-1 Newcastle United. That was a disappointing draw for Chelsea on Thursday. They've not ended the season in good form. It's been a frustrating season for Chelsea, and despite their off-field problems, they probably should have achieved more. Watford are just wanting to get this season finished. They've conceded far too many goals this season and shipped another 5 against Leicester last week. This will be a comfortable home win. Chelsea 3-0 Watford. I'm not sure what happened to Palace in the second half at Goodison. They looked in total control, but Everton came back. Still, there were positives to take from the game, and they again showed how dangerous a side they can be. United haven't played in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure what to expect. The last away trip was a disaster against Brighton. I don't think we'll see much improvement here. For United, they'll just be wanting to get the season finished and start a new era under Ten Hag. I fancy Palace here. The atmosphere will be great, and they'll want to end what's been a great season in style. Crystal Palace 2-1 Manchester United. Leicester's form has picked in the last month or so, and it's been a reminder of how good this side can be. The likes of Maddison and Vardy have been playing well and will be a threat here. Southampton's form has been really poor recently. They narrowly lost to Liverpool on Tuesday, but it was a much-changed Liverpool side. I think it will be a big summer for the club. I've got to tip Leicester here. This should be straightforward. Leicester City 2-0 Southampton. I'm so impressed with the mentality Liverpool have shown in recent weeks. Klopp calls them mentality monsters, and they've shown that over the last week, winning the cup and taking the title race to the final day. All they can do is win their game and see what happens at the Etihad. Wolves are another side who are finishing the season poorly. They had a really strong run over the Christmas months, but the form since then hasn't been great. I've got to pick Liverpool in this one. I think there's no chance they don't get the win and put some pressure on City. Liverpool 3-0. Wolves. City could have wrapped the title up last week against West Ham, but I don't think they will be left to regret Mahrez's missed penalty. City are usually so strong at home, and with the likes of De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva in such good form, I can't see them not winning. Villa have a lot of quality in attacking areas and should cause City a few problems here. I worry about them at the back. I can see City scoring a few. I don't see City slipping up here. They hardly ever drop points at home. I think they'll win this by a few goals. Manchester City 3-1. Aston Villa and Norwich got a decent point away at Wolves last week, but obviously it's too late to mean anything. I do think this side is better than what they have shown, and I wouldn't be surprised if they come straight back up to the Premier League next season. What a turnaround this has been for Spurs. Top 4 is now in their hands, surely they won't let this slip. Conte and these players deserve a lot of credit. They've shown a lot of improvement as this season has gone on. Even a draw would likely be enough for Spurs, but I can only see them winning. Norwich City 0-2. Tottenham. Real Madrid make Man United target their transfer priority after missing out on Kylian Mbappe. Dimitar Berbatov's Premier League predictions, including Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham. Erik ten Hag could tempt Man United outcast to sign new deal. For more stories like this, check our sport page. Follow Metro Sport for the latest news on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.